I'm Nicci, and I'm 18. 3 years ago, when I just turned 15, I met a guy at summer school, and he was Mr. Popular. He was, every girl wanted to be with him. He was funny, and, he was the one who always brought out the jokes during class, and I was real shy, always, throughout my whole school career, and he started talking to me, noticing me. We began dating. I was very excited about this because I was now known. I was heard of, and we started dating and things went fine. And about the first week into the relationship, the first kind of controlling thing he told me was, I'm the type of guy that likes a lot of physical attention, so if you don't give it to me, I'm going to get it from somebody else. Meaning like play with his hair, scratch his back during class, stuff like that. So I did what I was told. It was my first real relationship. I liked my status at school now, and so I wanted, to stay his girlfriend. And I liked him. He was, made me happy. It progressed into being real, like, putting down verbal abuse and controlling. Not necessarily, he wouldn't tell me that I couldn't wear tank tops or I couldn't wear, shorts or anything like that. He would say, you look better in jeans or you look better in long sleeve shirts. So, of course, I wanted to wear what I looked better in to him to make him happy. And that I looked better without makeup and without doing my hair and stuff like that. And it began to where he was telling me that I was coming over to his house and taking my mom's truck without a license at 2:30 in the morning. And if I didn't, that meant I didn't love him, I didn't want to be with him, and that if that meant that we were breaking up, and then if we broke up, he would, commit suicide or, go crazy, that he couldn't live without me. That was the best thing that ever happened to him. On the other side, that he was the only thing that I ever could get. Like, I wouldn't get anybody that would treat me better. And he would tell me that. And he would tell me about times when, we wouldn't be hanging out and he would go and hang out with his ex-girlfriends, or he would have parties and call me the next day and be like, yeah, I hooked up with so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. And I just dealt with it because, I was told that I loved him and that he was the only thing I'd ever get and that we were going to get married, and that was just it. I was just stuck with him. That's how I felt. And finally, there wasn't physical abuse throughout the whole relationship. He only hit me one incident. It was pretty bad that one night. And it was on a Saturday night, and I'd gone over to his house to watch a movie with him and a couple of friends. He invited some other people over, and some people stayed, some people left. Well, when we were about to watch the movie, me and this other girl went to the corner store to get snacks and drinks and candy and stuff. We came back, and I'd gotten all his favorite, Skittles, whatever he likes, and because I knew it all, I had to get it. I was thinking of him. I got it. We get back there, and I give him his stuff, and he's like, all right, leave. I was like, are you kidding me? I just spent like $30-40 at the corner store on my mom's gas card. You want me to leave? There's no way. So I sat down on the back of the couch, like my legs were hanging off the back of it, and he was talking to the girl that I went to the store with, and they were kind of flirting, kind of playfully fighting and pushing each other. And he looked at me, and then he playfully pushed me, but it wasn't so playful. It was a little bit hard. And I kind of lost my balance on the couch and got myself situated again. He pushed me 2 other times, and the third time he pushed me so hard that I rolled backwards off the couch. And at that point, I was trying to get up, and he had an open kitchen, and he looked at me, and he started calling me horrible names. And he picked up anything he could in the kitchen, and he was throwing it at me, like a bag of chips, Velveeta cheese box, scissors, anything he could get. And that's when I started to walk over to the front door to get my shoes on and leave and stuff. He came out of the kitchen and around, and he picked me up by my hair and dragged me to the stairs, which were by the front door. And he laid me down on my back, and he started choking me, still calling me horrible names. And he was choking me so hard that his thumbnail broke skin right here on my neck. And I got free. I got my keys, my mom's keys, and I went to go leave, and somebody was parked behind me. But when I was exiting the front door and I was outside, I was trying to scream, or I was yelling, and he came outside and he was telling me to shut up. And when I turned around, he was right there, and he hit me with an open fist, like right here on my jaw, telling me not to scream. I got in the truck and I was crying and I didn't know what to do. So I started calling my sisters, and I couldn't get a hold of them, but I got a hold of my sister's brother-in-law, who was telling me, asking me what was wrong and telling me what I should do. And my boyfriend came out of the house and got in the truck and took the phone from me, heard that it was a male's voice, didn't like it, slammed my phone on the dash, and he reached over again with an open fist and hit me right here on my face, and it damaged my tear duct. And when I cry, I only cry out of this eye now. And I have to constantly put eye drops in. And then he went back inside, and I went to go wake the person whose car's behind me, and they wouldn't get up. And I finally got somebody to move the car. And so they moved the car. I was leaving, and then as I was leaving, my boyfriend opened the door, hopped in the truck, and I stopped. And then, I was trying to get his forgiveness. I don't know what I did that made him go rage on me. And I finally got a little bit forgiveness. And I remember that I felt like I had the most success in the world because I was able to actually give him a kiss. Like, I just felt so proud of myself for at least getting that from him. And I remember I was like on my knees on the floor of the truck, and I was like begging for his forgiveness, crying my heart out to him. I still don't know what I did. And I remember he was telling me, if anything you deserved all this the most, and you're not going to get anybody better than you. We'll always be together. If I didn't hit you, if I didn't love you, I wouldn't have hit you. Things like that. And it all made sense to me at the time because it's just, he brainwashed me, totally made me who he wanted me to be. And so he got out of the truck. I went home. My mom had to go to work that day, and I slept all day. When I woke up, I don't know who I was, but I had the guts to call my mom and my dad and say, I need y'all to come to the house. We need to have like a little meeting. I need to tell you something. And so I told them what happened, and we went and filed a report. And about 2 weeks later after that, we got a protective order, and I haven't heard from him since. I let myself get to the point where I'd do anything for him and let him do anything to me, because we shared intimate feelings, meaning sex, and with a person that's so personal with somebody. And he was all that I'd ever really had as boyfriend-wise. I never had a real boyfriend. He was all I knew towards the end of the relationship. I didn't really hang out with my family, and family means a lot to me. I didn't hang out with my friends, and he was all I ever hung out with. He was me. I was him. He made me who he wanted me to be. So without him, I was completely lost. I didn't know what to do, and I just let it get that way because, like I said, without him, I was lost. I don't know why I told somebody. Even if I think about it today, I don't remember what mind frame I was in to get up out of bed and call my mom and say, I need to tell you something. I didn't know that it was, I had a feeling it was bad. I had to have been mad. Somebody hit me. But I didn't know that it was an issue. And I didn't know that it was something that could affect me the way that it did. I just had a gut feeling that I had to tell somebody. Why not my parents? The best people to tell. And we did something about it, and then I realized that it's a big issue, and I actually learned what abuse was a month after the relationship. Because I remember me and my mom were walking, and we were grocery shopping. She goes, maybe you need some counseling. You're a battered teen. I was like, what? I'm not a battered teen. What are you talking about? And then I learned that it was an abusive relationship that was unhealthy.